Hello friends, in this video we will do a problem on projectile motion, and this is an interesting problem. In this problem we will see we have two projectiles and these two projectiles are going to collide. So there are many problems of this type. To solve such problems, what we have to do is we have to find the x coordinate of projectile 1 and x coordinate of projectile 2, similarly by coordinate of both projectiles, and we try to make some kind of constraint, some kind of equality in these terms, and then we solve the problems. So let us try to learn to solve projectile motion problems that involves two projectiles. So this problem says, this problem is also called zookeeper and monkey problem. So problem says a monkey escapes from the zoo and climbs a tree. So now monkey is on a tree. After failing to entice the monkey down, the zookeeper fires a tranquilizer dart directly at the monkey as shown in the figure. So this is the monkey here, and this monkey is hanging from a tree. And here we have zookeeper. So this zookeeper is not able to catch the monkey or not able to entice the monkey to come down. So now he is using different methods. So what he is doing is he is throwing a tranquilizer dart and he is throwing in this direction. So this is the direction of tranquilizer dart. The monkey lets go at the instant the dart leaves the gun. So as soon as monkey sees that he has thrown a dart, and at the same point of time he leaves and he try to go down with as a free fall. So we have to show that the dart will always hit the monkey, provided that the dart reaches the monkey before he hits the ground. So we have to show that the dart is going to hit the monkey. So how will you solve this problem? So first let us see what are the things that is given. So we have been given initial velocity of dart. Let's say this dart is thrown at a speed of u and angle alpha from the horizontal. So this is given. Let's say this tree is at a distance d from the zookeeper. So this distance is also given. And to solve this problem, we will need to have a coordinate system. So let's say we define a coordinate system. This is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. So y-axis is vertically up. This means my gravitation that is acting in the downward direction will be negative. Now this is the dart. So initially basically dart is aiming to the monkey. So we can calculate this distance. So this distance can be calculated. So we can calculate this distance because in this triangle, you see this triangle and this triangle, alpha is known and d is known. So we can calculate this distance. So if I write tan alpha, let's call this distance is x. So we will have x by d. This means x is equals to d tan alpha. So basically I know this distance. This is nothing but d tan alpha. So what is the initial height of monkey from the ground? That height is simply d tan alpha. Now you see this problem basically has two projectiles. One projectile, the monkey. Monkey is falling freely in the downward direction. Of course, this is a very simple projectile that moves in a straight line, vertical line. That is also a special case of projectile. The dart will follow a projectile and it will have a parabolic path. So this is the path of dart. So dart is basically following a projectile path. And this monkey is following a simply free fall path, a straight line path. So this is the path of monkey and this is the path of dart. So there are two projectiles, and we have to find the condition so that this dart is going to basically collide with the monkey. So at the point where it will have collision, I can say, let's say it has a coordinate of x and y. So what we can do is, we can find x coordinate of dart and we can find x coordinate of monkey. Similarly, I can find y coordinate of dart and y coordinate of monkey. If there is a collision or if there is a hitting, then these two coordinates should be equal. What all this means? This means I can calculate x coordinate of dart at any given point of time. Let's say I know my time. So for a given time, I can calculate x coordinate of dart, and I can also calculate x coordinate of, in this case, monkey. And since there is a hitting, these two x coordinates should be equal. Similarly, if x coordinate is equal, then their y coordinate also should be equal. So for hitting, y coordinate of dart should be equals to y coordinate of monkey. So what I will do is, I will first consider x coordinates are equal, and from there I will calculate time. So from this I will calculate time, and once I know the time, I will basically put this time and check whether y coordinates are equal or not. If this is equal, this means the dart is going to hit the monkey. So let us try to find x coordinate of dart, and we will use same formula, s is equals to ut plus half at square. Now as you remember, in x direction there is no acceleration, so ax is equals to 0, and ay, there is acceleration in the downward direction, that is simply minus g. This is true either for dart or this is also true for monkey. Now I am writing for dart. What is the initial speed of dart in the x direction and in the y direction? So basically I can write initial speed of dart in the x direction. What is this speed? So in this direction we have a speed of u, and this angle is alpha. So in this direction we have a speed of u cos alpha. Similarly, what is the speed of dart in the y direction? In this direction we will have a speed of u sin alpha. So now I know a speed in x direction and y direction. So now I can calculate x dart is equals to a speed in the x direction of the dart, that is simply u cos alpha, and this times time, plus acceleration in the x direction is 0. Now from figure you can also calculate what is x dart, since collision happens at this point and I know this distance is nothing but equal to d. So the monkey is at a distance d from the origin in the horizontal direction. So I can plug x dart is equals to d, and this is equals to u cos alpha times d. So from here I can calculate time, and this turns out to be d divided by u cos alpha. So this is the time after which the dart is going to hit the monkey. So we have done the first part, that is, we have equated the x coordinate and we calculated the time. Now we can go to the next part. Using this time, calculate the y coordinate of monkey and y coordinate of dart, and if these two are equal, I will say this is going to hit, dart is going to hit the monkey. So what is the next step? So next step is to calculate y coordinate of dart, or what is the y distance of the dart. In figure, I can show the same thing. So this distance is the by distance. So we can calculate this distance. Again, I will use the same formula, ut plus half ats square. In this case, velocity in the bidirection, initial velocity in the bidirection, that is nothing but u sine alpha. So this is u sine alpha times t plus half gt square. Now acceleration in the bidirection is negative because my y-axis is in the upward direction, and this multiplied by t square. So now I know by dot is equals to u sine alpha, and time I know, time is nothing but d divided by u cos alpha plus half minus z, and time I can again put here, that is d by u cos alpha. So if you simplify this, this will be simply d tan alpha, and this is negative gd square divided by 2u square cos square alpha. So this is the y-coordinate of dot. Since I know the time because I have equated the x-coordinate. Now I will calculate y-coordinate of monkey. So how will you calculate the y-coordinate of monkey? So basically, monkey is freely falling from this point, and this has fallen to time t by this distance. So we can calculate this distance. This distance is nothing but half gt square because initial velocity of monkey is 0 in the bidirection. So this distance is nothing but half gt square. I am talking about the distance without the sign. This distance is without the sign is half gt square. So what is the y-coordinate of monkey? This coordinate is nothing but total minus this distance. So total is d tan alpha. So total distance is d tan alpha minus this distance, that is half gt square. That will give you y-coordinate of dot. So y-coordinate of monkey is nothing but d tan alpha. And from where I am getting d tan alpha? Because initially I said in this triangle I know d. So I know this vertical height, that is d tan alpha, and this distance is nothing but half gt square. So d tan alpha minus half gt square is nothing but y-coordinate of monkey, and this is d tan alpha minus half z, and t I know, that is nothing but d divided by u cos alpha. So now you see d tan alpha minus half z ds square divided by u square cos square alpha. So this is y-coordinate of monkey when they are going to hit. Now you see this term, that is y-coordinate of monkey and y-coordinate of dot. So this term and this term is same. The first term is d tan alpha, first term is d tan alpha, and the second term is simply half gt square, that is gd square by 2u square cos square alpha. So second term is also equal. This means by dot is equals to by monkey. This means dot is going to hit the monkey, and this is true for any time. So this means it has to hit dot has to hit the monkey, because in both cases this is a basically free fall acceleration, and that's why monkey will be always hit by the dot. Moreover, there is two important points. One is you can have any value of u. This y-coordinate of dot and y-coordinate of monkey will be same, because this is independent of u. So whatever the value you put here, you will get the same expression of y dot and same expression for monkey. So it does not depend upon with what velocity you are throwing the dot. So it is independent from initial speed of the dot. Similarly, this also does not depend upon value of z. That is, either you can take gravity value 9.8 or you can take 10. So whatever the value of z you have, this will basically affect, or this will be reflected in both equation, y dot as well as y monkey. So finally the y dot and y monkey will be same. So this formulation is independent from initial speed of the dot, and this is also independent from the gravity, the value of gravity. You can either do this exercise at some places where you have gravity lesser, some places where you have gravity higher. Both cases the dot is going to hit the monkey. In fact, there is a special case when g is equals to 0. What will happen if g is equals to 0? In that case, your monkey is not going to fall. So this is the position of monkey. So this is monkey position. So if z is equals to 0, monkey is not going to fall, and this dot will basically cover this path, that is a straight line path. This is also not going to be deflected because there is no gravity. So gravity is absent. So this will go basically in a straight line path, and this will hit to the monkey. So if there is no gravity, the dot will follow a straight line path, monkey will remain at the same position, and this dot is going to hit the monkey. So in this video we learned how to basically solve a problem related to collision of two projectiles. In that case, what you have to do is, you have to basically first equate one of the coordinate and then find time or any other variable, and then using that variable try to see whether other coordinates are equal or not, in this case y coordinate. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy, please share with your friends so that more video can be made for you, and I will see you in the next video. For the time being, thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.